The AFC and the NFC championship games taking place on Sunday. We've got some rapid fire prop bets regarding the touchdown passes for all four quarterbacks. We start with Aaron Rodgers of the Packers. The over under 2.5. Rodgers has thrown 6 touchdown passes in the Packers' 2 postseason games. Which way you going?
I got to go over here. This is just going to be a wide open shootout as far as I'm concerned. And over set it 61 points for this game. I know Aaron's receivers have been somewhat decimated. Shocked if Jordy Nelson plays, even though he practiced without pads today. Don't know about the rest of them, but he's such a magician. I could be out there, and I feel like he'd throw me a touchdown pass. I'm going to go over here, CT.
Not to mention, we know the Packers don't have much of a running game, so he might need to get it done through
12.
the air. Over to Atlanta, Matt Ryan, over under. It's also at 2.5. He threw 3 touchdown passes in the win over the Seahawks. Your choice on this one.
Yeah, I don't love the Packers defense. And like I said, I think, when you look at the game script that I expect for this game, all you have to do is look at the boys in the desert. And the Sharpies out there tell us 61-point over. There's going to be points back and forth in this game. There's certainly a better run game for the Atlanta Falcons, but I'll take over here as well. I think if you took over on both of these quarterbacks, you're going to hit one of them. I don't know which one it would be, but I think both of them could very easily hit. So I would just play it safe and take the over on both 2 and a hook with touchdown passes for both these guys. But I will say this. If I was more sure of one, I think it's Rodgers.
Is that right?
Yes.
I mean, because Matt Ryan is at home. They had the highest scoring offense in the league. That's what they did. That was their MO during the season. So I would think Matt Ryan.
I could see them scampering for a couple touchdowns with their run game. And I just can't see that with the Packers. All they do is throw the football. And if this is going to be a 35-28 game, and let's just say Atlanta wins 35-28, all 4 of those Packers touchdowns are going to be through the air. As far as Matt Ryan's concerned, that's why I'm taking the over here. I think it's going to be 3 or more touchdowns. But if you said who's going to throw more, I give the nod to Aaron Rodgers.
Let's go to the AFC. The over-under for Big Ben, just 1.5. He has 2 touchdown passes in 2 postseason games. Pretty low for Big Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to go under here. He's just not as good on the road. This is a tough environment to play. And I think with the emergence of just how great Le'Veon Bell's been over the last couple of years, and you could see them leaning on him, I think that Ben probably throws 1. Maybe he throws 2, but I don't know that I'd put my hard-earned cash on him throwing 2 or more touchdowns when you give those numbers, and then you really dive inside the splits of how bad he's been on the road compared to how good he's been at home, with Le'Veon Bell really being the driving force of that offense right now. I would go under.
Not to mention the Patriots secondary, pretty good. Devin McCourty, Malcolm Butler, going to be real hard to throw on those guys. Finally, Tom Terrific, Mr. Brady, over under 2.5. He had 2 touchdown passes in the divisional round against the Texans. Which way you rolling?
And this is a tough one. The Texans really frustrated Tom Brady all throughout that game, even though they won it convincingly. They put a lot of pressure on him. Yet we know in these type of situations, Tom is always usually so marvelous. Oh, man, I tend to think it's going to be 2. And that's why I'm going to go under on this with both of these quarterbacks. It's an outdoor environment. Right now, we're sitting here several days before the game. I don't exactly know what the weather's going to be like. That could play into it. And a lot of these long, sustained drives we've seen from the Patriots as of late finish with LeGarrette Blount popping in for a rushing touchdown. So I could see it being 3, but if I had to say, I'm going to say 2 touchdown passes for Brady, which has me saying under.
We'll see how it all plays out at Gillette Stadium on Sunday.